Good afternoon, all. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we discussed in the last class, which topic? Which topic? Hey, which topic? Don't know?
Newland's law.
Newland's law of octaves and Dobraine's triads that we already discussed, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then
I'm asking.
Lakshmi Nanda. Lakshmi Nanda. Are you there? Lakshmi Nanda.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Say,
ma'am.
what is Dobraine's triad? Dobraine's triad. Say the points in Dobraine's triad. Say, what is Dobraine's triad? Anyone?
It is arranged in an increased atomic mass.
Elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic mass. Then
Each group contains 3
Ma'am,
elements.
each group having 3 elements.
each group contains 3 elements. Then then example for this triad.
Ma'am, it's an atomic mass.
Example.
Atomic mass of middle element will be the average of other two elements.
Other two means first and last element, is it? So any example? Any example?
Lithium, potassium.
Sodium,
Lithium, sodium, potassium. You have to say in order. Lithium, sodium, potassium. So that is the Dobraine's triad. Each group contains 3 elements. Elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic mass. And the average of the first and last element is the, when we take the average of the first and last element,
middle element.
We get the atomic mass of the middle element. Example, lithium, sodium, potassium. And what is Newland's law of octaves? Newland. Navaneet Krishna. Navaneet. No.
Yes, ma'am.
What is Newland's law of octaves? What are the points in Newland's law of octaves? Say any point. Any one point.
There are 8 elements in a
Each
group.
group contains 8
8
elements. That's why the name octave. Then, what is the importance of this classification? You didn't study anything? Huh? What is the importance of this classification?
It is also arranged in an increasing atomic
Yes,
mass.
yes. It is also arranged in the increasing order of atomic mass. And 8 elements have the same property as that of the
First element.
first element. 8 element have the same property as that of the first element. Each group contains 8 elements. The elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic mass. That's why this classification, the name Newland's law of octaves. Okay. So is this octaves is a success? Is this classification is a success? Is this classification a success?
No.
Can you see the board?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are the limitations of this classification? What is atomic number for calcium? Atomic number for calcium.
20.
Calcium. 20. Is it? 20 in a 20.
Yes, ma'am.
So this classification is applicable only up to calcium. This classification is applicable only up to calcium, and the properties of new elements couldn't fit in it. So after the classification, so many new elements were discovered. So this classification, the properties of elements, the new elements couldn't fit into its classification. Okay. So it is applicable only up to which element?
calcium,
calcium, and the properties of new element wouldn't fit in it, and in this first group, two elements are there in the same group, cobalt and nickel, CO and Ni. Is it? Yes or no? CO and Ni.
Yes, ma'am.
Same position. And the third group also, fourth group also, Ce and La. These also are in the same position, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is also a limitation for this Newland's law of factors, that he adjusted two elements in the same what is group or period, that one. Vertical columns are called. What is the name for vertical column? Vertical column, group, and horizontal rows are called periods.
Periods.
Okay, so he adjusted two elements in the same slot. In the first group, cobalt and nickel, the same position, and in the fourth group, Ce and La, these also are in the same position. So this is also a limitation for this classification. He adjusted two elements in the same slot. Okay, he adjusted two elements in the same slot, and it is worked well only with lighter elements. What is meant by lighter? What is meant by lighter? Lighter means what? Its atomic mass is very less. Okay. So this Newland's law of classification is worked well for lighter elements. So these are the four main limitations of this Newland's law of classification. Newland's law of periodic table. It is applicable only up to calcium. It is works well for lighter elements. He adjusted two elements in the same slot, and also put some then this chlorine. What is the atomic number for chlorine? Atomic number for chlorine? 17. So what is the electronic configuration? 17 means
287.
287. So when we consider this first group, chlorine is there and also cobalt is there. Is the properties of chlorine and cobalt are same? Or chlorine and nickel is same? The properties is not same, but in his classification, he slotted or he placed the same element. Two elements in the same slot and the unlike elements. When we consider the property of this chlorine and this CO, these are different properties, but he arranged them in the same group. Is it Cl and CO is in the same group now? Cl and CO. These are in the same group, but actually these two have different in properties. Okay. So he arranged unlike elements in the same slot. And one more thing, two elements in the same slot. So these are the 5 limitations of Newland's law of factors. The first one it is applicable only up to calcium. It works well for lighter elements. He adjusted two elements in the same slot, and also he put some unlike elements in the same slot, and properties of new elements wouldn't fit into this classification. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone? Eva George.
Yes, ma'am.
Say the 5 limitations of this Newland's law of factors. 5 limitations.
It is applicable only up to calcium.
It's applicable only up to calcium.
Properties of new elements couldn't fit in it.
Properties of new elements couldn't fit into this classification.
In order to fit the elements
No
into
need to read. No need to read. You have to say in your own words. 2 points over. The third point.
he adjusted the two elements same CO and
slot.
slot and unlike elements into also into same.
Same node. Then it works
It
well for which type of elements?
lighter elements.
Lighter elements. It works well for lighter elements. Navaneet Krishna,
Yes, ma'am.
say the 5 limitations for this Newland's law of octaves.
Applicable only up to calcium.
It is applicable only up to calcium.
Properties of new elements could not fit in it.
Properties of new elements could not fit into this classification.
Newlands adjusted two elements in the same slot.
He adjusted 2 elements in the same slot.
Some unlike elements under the same node.
He put some unlike elements in the same node or same slot. Then
It work only when only with lighter elements.
Lighter elements. Okay. Jerlin Liz Jijo.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the 5 limitations of this Newland's law of classification?
Law of octaves is only applicable to calcium.
Okay.
Then the properties of new elements couldn't fit in it.
Okay.
Then Newland adjusted 2 elements in the same slot.
Okay.
And he had put some unlike elements in the same node.
Okay.
Then properties of the elements were not same. Then it worked only with the lighter elements.
Lighter elements. Okay. Gautam CJ. Gautam is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Say the 5 limitations of this Newland's law of octaves. 5 limitations.
Ma'am, it was only applicable up to calcium.
Okay.
Then after calcium, the elements did not possess the property of similar that to the first.
Okay.
Then it was only worked well on lighter elements.
Okay. Then he adjusted what adjustment he made with this classification? Any adjustment?
In order to fit elements into a stable Newland adjusted 2 elements in the same slot.
Then one more adjustment is there.
Then put some unlike elements under the same node.
Unlike elements in the same slot. Bastin is there. Bastin, no. Godwin is there. Godwin. Alna Rose. No one there. Swati Krishna. No. Tania Jinu. No one. Srihari is there. Okay, say the limitations of this Newland's law of octave.
It was only applicable till calcium. The new elements could not be fit in. In order to fit the elements in a stable, Newland put 2 different elements in same slot. And put unlike elements in same node.
Okay, then it works well for which type of elements?
It works well for lighter elements
Okay. Okay. So two classification over Doberanus triads and Newland
Okay.
octaves. So third classification made by Mendeleev's periodic table. So third table put forward by Mendeleev. So here also in the Doberanus triads, elements are arranged in the increasing order of Doberanus triads, increasing order of what?
Atomic number.
Atomic mass. In Newland's octaves also increasing order of atomic mass. And here also Mendeleev's periodic table also he arranged the elements on the basis of atomic mass, and also he considered the similarity in chemical properties. So this Mendeleev considered 2 points, mainly 2 points he considered on the basis of atomic mass and on the similarity in which property? Similarity in
Chemical properties.
chemical property. So what are the basis of Mendeleev's classification? It is the elements are in the order of atomic mass and also in the similarity of chemical properties. And you observe that there occurs a periodic reoccurrence of properties. What is the reoccurrence? What is the reoccurrence?
Occurring more than once.
Reoccurrence means properties, again the same property. So when we consider one element, after some element, the same property repeats again. That's by reoccurrence. Okay. So when he made this classification, he observed that there occurs a periodic reoccurrence of properties. Clear? So on the basis of this, he formulated a law that is known as Mendeleev's periodic law. It states that the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic mass. That word is very important, atomic mass, because Mendeleev arranged the elements in the increasing order of atomic mass. So the law, periodic law is, it states that the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic mass. Okay. Okay. Ashna. Ashna is there? No. Ashna Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
Say Mendeleev's periodic law. What is Mendeleev's periodic law? What is Mendeleev's periodic law? It's in the board. Can you see the board? Can you see the board?
In the state,
It states that
the elements were arranged on the basis of atomic mass.
the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic
mass.
mass. Okay. Devasena. Devasena is there? Devasena. Jindo John. Jindo. Who is that? In that name, Jindo John, that name. Say Mendeleev's periodic law.
In Mendeleev's periodic law, it states the properties of elements
Elements are
and atomic mass.
properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Okay, once more. Say what is periodic law of Mendeleev?
The properties of elements are the periodic function of their atomic masses.
Atomic mass. Okay. Anjali Priya.
Yes, ma'am.
So which are the 2 points considered by Mendeleev in order to form the table? 2 points.
Elements were arranged on the basis of atomic masses.
Okay. Then
And
second point.
it was observed that there occurs a periodic reoccurrence of elements.
2 points. 2 points. First one in the order of atomic mass, and the second point
Similarities of the chemical
similarity in,
properties.
okay, very good, similarity in chemical properties. Then Shania Simon. Shania Simon is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Say Mendeleev's periodic law. What is Mendeleev's periodic law?
Elements were arranged on their basis of increasing atomic
No.
masses.
My question, what is Mendeleev's periodic law? That law only you have to say. Periodic law.
The properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses.
Okay, very good. The properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic number, atomic mass. Gauri is there. Gauri Nanda.
Yes, ma'am.
So which are the 2 points considered by Mendeleev in order to form the table? 2 points.
The elements are arranged on the basis of atomic masses and on the similarity of the chemical property.
Chemical properties. Okay. Then Ashik Joshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Say Mendeleev's periodic law. Mendeleev's periodic law. Say Mendeleev's periodic law, Ashik. Are you there? Sriram. What is Mendeleev's periodic law?
According to Mendeleev's periodic law,
Hmm.
the eighth element
Mendeleev's
will show
periodic
this.
law. It states that.
In every each elements, the eighth element will show the same property of the first element.
No. Law. That law here. Does anyone say the law of Mendeleev?
The properties of elements are the periodic function
Function of atomic mass.
Periodic function of their atomic masses. Then Alna Rose. Lena Sia.
Yes, ma'am.
Which are the 2 points considered by Mendeleev in order to form the table?
The elements were arranged on the basis of atomic mass.
Then one more point.
It was observed that there occurs a periodic.
One more point. Which are the points we consider to form the table? First one in the order of atomic mass, on the basis of atomic mass, and the second point,
Chemical properties.
similarity in chemical properties. Okay. Aaron Jose, say that. Aaron Jose is there? No. Agna, absent. Alisha Shaji,
Present, ma'am.
okay. Anas, absent. Angelo Susan,
Present, ma'am.
Ashna Anthony,
Present, ma'am.
Godwin. Aaron Jose present. Okay. Godwin, Lena,
Present, ma'am.
Christo is there? No. Delvin, Elena, Isha Sara,
Present, ma'am.
Eva George,
Present, ma'am.
Fatima Shifana, absent. Fisan Ahmad, Krishna Chowdhury,
Present, ma'am.
Maria Salbin, Mekhana and Baiju, absent. Muhammad Nihal,
Present, ma'am.
Muhammad Nasil, Nabil, Navneet Krishna,
Present, ma'am.
Nasrin,
Present, ma'am.
Noble Anil, Rachel George,
Present, ma'am.
Rachel Boban,
Present, ma'am.
Raya Hazim, Rohan Raj,
Present, ma'am.
Roland Francis,
Present, ma'am.
Roshan Jain,
Present, ma'am.
Shweta,
Present, ma'am.
Vishnu Shaji.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Abin Thompson, 10C. Abin Thompson.
Present, ma'am.
Akhilam Fatima. Alna Rose. Ananta Krishna. Anjali Priya.
Present, ma'am.
Anthony Maxi. Arun Bhaskar.
Present, ma'am.
Ashik Joshi.
Present, ma'am.
Atulya VS.
Present, ma'am.
Bastin. Devasena. Devasena is there. Dominic.
Present, ma'am.
Elsa Babu.
Present, ma'am.
Emerin.
Present, ma'am.
Fahad Sheikh. Fahad Sheikh. No. Say Mendel's periodic law. What is Mendel's periodic law? Mendel's periodic law. Fagat now?
Fagat present.
Okay, okay, okay. Atulya, say. What is Mendel's periodic law? What is Mendel's? Atulya is there? You didn't answer, I will cut your attendance. Where are you? Say what is Mendel's periodic law? Left. Huh? Elsa Babu. When I call the attendance, all of them, yes, miss, yes, miss. Then when I ask any question, nothing is there. Elsa Babu, say what is Mendel's periodic law? Mendel's periodic law. Yes.
The properties of periodic function of their atomic mass.
Properties of elements are.
Periodic function of their atomic mass.
Okay, okay. Okay, can we wind up today's class? Say
Yes,
yes
ma'am.
or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.